Hello everybody, Red X Rain here. Welcome back to another episode, long overdue, of Space Station Silicon Valley for the Nintendo 64. So I think for now, I'm gonna take a little break from my Star Wars series, if you're watching this, as it's posted and everything, but I will come back to it. But, hey, here's another space game, right? Yeah. Okay, so what's going on here? Let's see, need a key card to pass through here since it's defeat an object. Watch out for those crazy bears. This is really, the point in the game. Boy, it's been a long time since I've played. This is the point in the game, though, as I recall, that, things actually start to get pretty difficult. This is like the first really, I think, difficult level of this, like, Europe zone, or the temperate zone, whatever. Here's that bear that we were warned about. They're pretty fiendish guys. They just kind of, like, swing their arms, and they can, take out, like, the fox in no time. So for now, we don't want to take them on. We just need to kind of run past them. And hopefully we can kind of kill two birds with one stone, or kill a dog with a stone of a bear. There's some way to change that expression. Generally, we can beat this rocket dog with the fox. It's not too hard. But sometimes the bear will come over here and they'll just kind of like fight each other. The bear always wins, but it's kind of helpful. It's kind of useful when that happens because the rocket dog usually gets a couple hits off of the bear, and then it's less work that you have to do later down the road. But really, it's not difficult to just kind of come over here. And we're just kind of go for a sort of a shoot and retreat kind of thing there. And as you can see in the bottom left, of course, they have a ton of health. But they're pretty slow. And of course, the rocket dog can jet pretty fast, so. And he really won't ever come any further than this. So thankfully, even though it's a pretty tough enemy, whoa! Pretty tough enemy, they stick to a very self-contained kind of zone. So yeah, most of the power cells in this level, you get, there's some that are just kind of scattered throughout the environment, but a great deal of them use the rocket dog to, as you can see, just blow up the little, I don't know, consoles or whatever these are. There you go. I said that this is one of the harder levels, or one of the hardest levels so far. And really, once you get rid of the bear, once you know how to handle that, it's actually pretty simple. Just picking up these. We'll come back to this area later. Oops. But while we got the rocket dog, why not, right? And we do actually need the bear, but only for a couple of minutes here. Let's see what he's all about. Grab and lob and bear frenzy. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, so bear frenzy is like the swinging arm, attack. It's pretty good. But generally, I mean, you don't get to use the bear all that often in the game. It's really usually by the time you have like access to them. I do love the way they walk though, and there's that attack. Looks pretty crazy. But usually by the time you get to the bear in any given level, you've already pretty much killed all the other animals in the level, so it's really not, you don't get to attack very much with it. But it serves a very functional purpose here, because it can pick up items, although, as I recall, I think this is the only level where you pick up items with the bear, so it's kind of a, what would you call that? I'm dropping it here. And here we have one of the dead professors, which is kind of weird. This game has such a weird, dark humor about it. Just robbing a corpse for the key card, which is good. But that's really all we need to do. Oh, is he gonna... Oh, okay. I mean, I know where it is, but sure, why don't you show me anyway? Oh, it's down the only other hallway I haven't been down? Wow, imagine that. There's a couple of bears. But again, that's pretty much the end of the level past that door, so again, we don't really get a whole lot of functionality with the bear. It's just kind of its own, I know there's a word for it. Like, it serves this very, like, esoteric purpose. Like, it's like they just, like, created this animal for you to be, but just because they wanted to add, like, oh, we need a pickup puzzle. Okay, these little guys are pretty easy. First appearance of the rat. Pretty comparable to the mouse. Should I check him out now, or... Yeah, we'll come back to him. Pretty comparable to the racing mouse, though, but in terms of, like, speed and defense and all that kind of stuff. But it has some very different types of attacks, which we'll see later. Of course, yes, Rocket Dog is good for this level because he can attack from far away, and we can just kind of go on a whole killing spree in this level. I'm gonna try jump. Should I jump? Oh, that's right. Okay, that's how you get the souvenir. I actually forgot. I'm glad that I did that because you just have to destroy all the consoles to get the souvenir. I think there's another rat up here. And this is usually best done, I think, with the Rocket Dog. Although the rat can do it pretty well too. But the reason I like to come over here with the dog... Oh, and there's his attack, yes. Yes, the rat's attack by laying little poop mines. Oddly enough, the rat is not the only animal that uses feces, explosive feces, as its primary mode of attack. But the reason I like to use the Rocket Dog here is because it's much easier to take out the bears. The rats can do it, but they need to be very close. But as you can see, again, the bears are not that smart. They, basically, as long as you don't kind of go past where this, like, kind of doorway ends, they don't come get you. They get mad when you shoot them, but it's like they just get stuck by this invisible wall. So it's really just a matter of, I mean, he's the one tapping his foot, but I'm the one kind of proverbially, oh my gosh, I don't know how to say. I'm the one who's doing it metaphorically, tapping my foot. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump into the rat here. Yeah, toxic mines, which is a nice way of saying explosive poop. It's got a pretty nice bite attack. It is pretty strong for the size that it is and everything. But they have really great traction. The mouse is super slippery. There's the explosive poop. And we can walk into our own explosive poop. It doesn't give any kind of like extra damage or anything like that. Can't be hurt by our own poop, which is good. But the mouse, yeah, the rat is really good because it controls way better than the mouse. The mouse is so slippery. But the takeaway is that the rat does not have like the boost, so it moves kind of slow. Yeah, there's really only one reason, that's the bite attack there, to take control of the rat here, and that's to go in here, which we saw the inside earlier. There's the souvenir for this level. Oh, there we go. And I think the last bit of business then, if, let's see, yeah, let's take over the sheep, I think. You just kind of check out some stuff here. I think actually I might be able to do this a little bit more efficiently. Slow rat, come on. I think there's one thing I need to do in here before I can exit. Yes. Yeah, I like to come up here with the rat, because actually, like the racing mouse, the Rocket Dog can be really slippery too, and you definitely don't want to slip here because there's like a lava pool down there, and going up that ramp may not seem very hard. It's not, but with the Rocket Dog, it can actually get a little, it can get a little loose with the controls, and I've fallen in more times than I care to admit. We got 3 things left to get. Gotta open the security door. Yeah, okay. Just making sure I'm not missing anything. which I'm not. Thankfully, there is that ramp right here, so if you fall into the lava pit, say right there, you can get out. At least it's not like instant death, but... And actually, well... I don't know, there's no more... there's no more, enemies that could kill me here, but I guess technically I could get hit by those, like, rolling boulders in that hallway, and those could damage me and potentially kill me, but... Pretty much everything's dead. Like I like it. I like to kill all the animals, even if I don't need to, you know, just a sadist like that. I'm not a serial killer, I promise. Because they say that, right? Like, the, one of the early signs of a serial killer is, like, torturing animals and that kind of thing. I'm not a psychologist or criminal psychologist or anything like that. I probably shouldn't be talking about stuff I don't know, but can we make it across? Can we make it? I think actually the rocket dog, I bet if you, like, jet across that, I think you could probably make the jump. But obviously floating with the sheep works good too. Okay, so I think I must have left the rocket dog up here. But again, I got kind of a weird jump to make, so even though the sheep is not, yeah, we'll switch over. I think the rat can do it. If not, I'll come back for the sheep. Because now all we gotta do is exit the level, which is over here. Gotta use the card. You can just bump into it or something, right? Yeah, okay. Yeah, oh, that's right, yeah, okay, so there's a dangerous minefield of gigantic turds, and it's best to come here through. I think the sheep could make it, but again, the rat is nice and tiny. It's very precise movements. The only reason you might want to have the sheep is so that you can jump, because the rat can't jump, but... There, that wasn't so bad. Alright. Yeah, that's right, you clap for me. That bear looks so sad in that picture. Probably because it's being called fat. This cheeky little sheep have taken control of this old playground and locked the fat bear inside the hillside cavern. Killed the angry animals, no problem. I'm really good at that. Flood the sheep deep... the sheep deep pool. Okay, and we automatically start with the racing mouse, which is kind of an odd choice for this level. Where am I going? Really hate the viewpoint of the mouse. It's so hard to see anything other than like right in front of you. For an N64 game, this has, I think, a pretty good camera, but yeah, he's gonna float over there. Okay, good. This level is not hard. It's definitely not hard to beat. It's tricky to get all the power cells, and actually, this is kind of funny, I guess, but it's kind of not funny for a completionist like me. Oh, let's take out this ram, because racing mouse cannot jump, and we need something that can jump. Shoot. There we go. It's all about finding that sweet spot. Actually, the souvenir in this level, you can see it, you can touch it, kind of, but you can't pick it up. There was a terrible oversight, where there's a terrible glitch in this, and it's not just an emulator thing, it's not anything like that. Yeah, even in in all versions of the game, you cannot pick up the souvenir. No matter what animal you are, you just pass right through it. So there's that. So it's easy to find, but you can't pick it up. And we'll see that a little bit later. So I guess if you want to be technical about it, it's impossible to do a 100% playthrough of this game. Oh, really? I couldn't get that one? Ah. But yes, yeah, it is impossible to get all the souvenirs because the souvenir is not pick upable in this. But thankfully, you know, like, you know, most games that have that kind of, like, you know, like the Banjo-Kazooie games or like Mario. If you get 100%, they usually reward you with something. And it's usually like a bonus level. That's what the case is here. There's a bonus level for getting all the souvenirs. But of course, you can't get all the souvenirs, but thankfully there is a cheat code that you can enter at the end of the game, and it does unlock it, so you still can access it. But that's for not only another day, but probably for another several weeks before I complete this game. The game's not terribly long. Okay, now's the part where I gotta remember the order of things. Let's see. Okay, that's that pool that we need to fill. And we gotta get the rocket dog. And the ram might not be the best way to do this. Oh, unless you get him cornered, and then it's perfect. Because again, the strategy when fighting the rocket dog is to be actually right up next to him, because he can hit you from far away with the rockets, but not up close. Which is why it was so easy to beat him with the fox in the last level, because the fox can only attack up close. There we go. Alright, do a little jump. Whee! Yeah, I think I can make that jump. Okay, maybe not. Let's try that again, shall we? Whee! Okay, gotta get further back. Whee! There we go. I'll get that energy in a second. And do we get to see the bear? I think he's in there. There he is. Oh, poor fat bear. Poor guy. Getting shamed. But just like the bears in the last level, this guy's a pushover. Doesn't really even seem to care that he's being attacked. If you just stay up here, I'll just kind of walk around. Might get kind of mad, but... One more. There we go. Okay, everything's dead. Good. Let's see. I think we'll come back for him. I'm trying to remember how there's a switch in there. I'm trying to remember how this is the part of the level that I get confused. Is this sheep alive? Oh, but I got all... Maybe they don't count as angry animals. Well, anyway, this part's really annoying. Because these switches work, but when you step away from them, they don't work anymore. So you kind of gotta figure... Oh, great. I think there's probably several combinations that you could do this with, but basically, I find it best to use the sheep and just kind of switch back and forth. So basically, we need to get another sheep over there, but we also need to make sure that we can hop out into another animal fast enough so that obviously, you know, we don't die being out of an animal. And I'm trying to remember the best way to do that. Let's try... Let's try going this way real quick. All right, let's see. What do we got? Okay, because I think the best way to do this is just with sheep, because sheep can float. That's a ram. But it's better than... Actually, what I'm going to do is... I think there's no way out of this puzzle where Evo... Like, I have to kind of just risk it, so to speak. So I'm going to put this over there so I can kind of jump in, jump out real quick, and then I should be okay. I feel like I should really be talking about something else, because this is super tedious even for me, so I don't need to walk you through my tedium, I guess. What's going on? Oh, okay. Here's something pretty big on kind of a personal level. As crazy as it may sound, I actually got my very first smartphone about a week and a half ago. I know, it's crazy. thinking it's my first smartphone. Not I'm replacing my old one. I've never had a smartphone before. I've used them before, and I know how to use them. Is this switch? Oh, it is pressed. Oh, nope, I actually don't want to do that. Actually, I'd probably need to do it like this, because otherwise I would just hop back and forth between. Because the game really tries to like make sure that you don't jump out of animals too frequently, but I think this will work. Oh, that worked. But yeah, I got my first smartphone, and I went all out too. I got the new Samsung Galaxy S7, and man, has it made my life so much easier. Complicated in some ways, I guess, but also a lot easier in other ways. And I really nerded it out. I got a custom case for it. I got a Bulbasaur case. One, because I knew I wanted a Pokemon case, but as crazy as it sounds, my girlfriend thinks that I'm nuts. But okay, I'm missing. I think there's one. I was trying to see. I'm missing a power cell somewhere. I'll have to find that later. But yeah, my girlfriend thinks I'm kind of nuts because, I've gone. Smartphones have been pretty like standard for what would you say, like 10 years before they became like a luxury at that time, like internet and everything on a phone. Did it go? Oh, okay. So real quick, I had talked about this earlier, but yeah. So basically, you have to do this 3-switch puzzle to activate the souvenir. But as you'll see when I go over there, I can't actually pick it up. So this was really like a mammoth exercise in tedium, because I basically just spent like 3 or 4 minutes of both my time and your time unlocking a souvenir that I can't pick up anyway. But that's just the kind of obsessive completionist that I am, is that I have to show you how incomplete the completionism of this game is, because as you can see, yep, nothing. Some weird glitch that seems like a pretty significant thing for them to miss in bug testing, but nothing. But anyway, back to my phone real quick before I forget about it. Those of you who don't know, I mean, media coverage has been huge. Pokemon Go, the smartphone mobile game Pokemon in the real world thing, is coming out soon, so they say. They're doing beta testing over in, they've been doing it in Japan for, I think, a couple of weeks. They just opened up beta testing in, like, Australia and New Zealand. I don't think I turned these on yet. I think I have to, oh, nope, there's that power cell. That's what I was looking for. But yeah, basically, Pokemon Go is my motivation for getting a smartphone. And everyone thinks, my mom thinks I'm nuts, my girlfriend thinks I'm nuts, friends are like, really? It's not having GPS, it's not being able to send text messages with emojis, it's not, the other kind of very, stuff that people are like, well, yeah, that's why you'd have a smartphone. I'm like, no, I want to be able to play Pokemon Go. That's my, I mean, the other stuff, they're nice perks, but yeah, that's my sole motivation, so I had to get a Pokemon case for that. Oh, I forgot. Okay, so here's more tedium. Yeah, only the bear is heavy enough to activate the switch. So again, it's a really, and I think this is the last level that has bears in it. So really, this is really the point in the game where we get these like very kind of like esoteric animals where it's like the designers were like, oh man, I want to have we should make a puzzle where this thing happens. Let's just create an animal just for that one sole purpose. Like, even if they had potentially justified this a little bit, where it was like, okay, you got to use the bear to like pick up, the dog again or the sheep or something like that to weigh the thing down. But they're just like, nah, it's all right. Really, just that one previous level, you pick up that one ice block, and from what I can remember, that's it. That's the extent of the bears. So and that'll become, that'll happen a lot more, even more egregious examples of that in later levels. But boy, this episode's already plenty long enough. I don't even think I can really edit it down. So I'll leave it off here, and we might be able to finish this like temperate zone next time. I'm not quite sure. As you can see, yeah, we could go to the ice snow levels, but I want to kind of get things just sort of in straight order here. So as always, thanks for watching. Please like, please comment, please subscribe. I do always appreciate it. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.